Hello there, it's Chris from My Stamp Lady, and I am here with this hot chocolate holder. It's kind of a larger one. There's a variety of them out there. This was kind of a fun one that I saw somewhere, and it's super easy. The embellishment part is completely separate from making the little packet. This part is easy, and I'm going to walk you through that and then embellish this. It's perfect for holding a little hot chocolate, and I put in a peppermint stick with that. Okay, so I'm using the Cup of Christmas, and this is a bundle that is available in our holiday catalog right now. You can find this on page 34, and it has this stamp set, which is reversible, and I'll talk about that for just a moment, and then it has the coordinating dies. So this is in the current holiday catalog that is available through January 2nd. So these dies are reversible. It has a lot of fun Christmas and related to coffee and cups and drinks sentiments. It has the dies that, and you notice it has a right and a left-handed cup. And then I'm also using the stitch nested label dies. Okay, so they're reversible. Let's go back and talk about this. You'll notice that this is the cup. This is the spotted cup I'm using, and it's flat on both sides, meaning that you can use it on this side, or you can turn it over and have a, let's see, that would be a right-handed cup. So I want a left-handed cup though, so I'm going to put that this way. And only these images here are the ones that are reversible. So you see it's here solid in black, and then the reverse side is shaded in gray here. These are the reversible images. Okay, so let's make that base. I'm so glad you're joining me here, and if you have any questions, be sure to put them in the comments below. So I'm going to start with a piece of 6 by 12 inch paper, and then I will score it here at 5 5/8 inches from there, and then from the right side 3/4 of an inch and up 1 inch, and that went all the way across. And then you'll see me snip out these areas, and these lines here will be folded. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I do this. This will be posted on my website, mystamplady.com. So let me pull my cutter in. I have a piece of paper from the Christmas time is here. I'm going to use this side. So the cutter has the gray scoring tool and it has the black cutting tool. So the first thing I'm going to do is along the 6-inch side, I'm going to go over to 1 inch, put that down and score that. And then we will go 5 5/8 inch, which would be right there. And I'll score that. And I'm going to go over 3/4 of an inch right there, and let's score that. Okay, so I have it all scored. Now I want to cut off this section and this section. So I'm going to line that 1 inch mark back up, and let's just cut it to 3/4 of an inch. And then I'm going to go down to that other score mark and cut it the rest of the way. You can do that with scissors if you prefer. Trim it off now with my scissors. There we go. And I'm cutting it at a little angle, you'll see, because that's going to help fold it. It's going to get a nicer fold if I cut to an angle. Now I want to fold those score lines, and then I'll press it with a bone folder. Get a nice crisp fold. Look at that. That is what you'll end up with. And then we'll just put that down, and voila, you have your little packet. So let's adhere that down, and I'm going to do that by putting tear and tape along the edge here, along the bottom. There we go. And then let's just go up the side. Just like that. You could use liquid glue too. I am just using tear and tape because you don't have to worry about it drying, but liquid glue would also work here. You want something that's going to hold it because you're going to be putting some pressure on that. Okay, and then just take it over, and let's meet those edges and place that down. And that's it. That's all it takes to make that super quick little envelope that you can put your hot chocolate in. So to finish this up, to embellish it, I took a piece of cherry cobbler, and all the sizes are on my blog, mystamplady.com. This was 1 inch by 5 5/8 inch, and I am going to just glue that down with a little bit of liquid glue. That way I don't have to worry about it coming up if it gets curved. The glue will hold it nicely. And then using the largest die from that stitched nested label, I cut out a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and then I ran that paper through with the tufted folder. This is a really nice folder for adding a nice subtle background. And let's glue that down because I don't need to put anything behind it. And then we're going to work on those cups. I use the cups for hot chocolate, but you could certainly do a soup packet or a tea or a coffee, a flavored coffee somehow in here, and add just whatever you would like. After Christmas, you could even do the same idea with a get well theme. So you could put in the comments below what you would use this for. This is a photopolymer set, so I am taking my Stampin' Pierce pad. Did you know that the Stampin' Pierce pad helps you get a better image with the photopolymer stamps? It sure does. So with the white, I want Mossy Meadow. I'm pulling the color from my paper. Let's ink that up. Make sure we get some good coverage on there. It's a very flat surface, so lots of surface area, and you want to make sure you have coverage. There we go. And then also, did you know that red in particular really stains photopolymer? It doesn't hurt it, it just stains it. So you want to wash it as soon as possible if you want to prevent that staining. And so I have a left-handed cup and then the right-handed cup. And from there, I'll have my dies that I will line up. And I'm going to run these through my die cutting machine. I'm going to emboss the sentiment, the sending you a cup of cheer with white embossing powder onto the cup here. So I need my Versamark, which is an awesome, the best ink for embossing that I have ever used, and I've been stamping for a long, long time. Let's make sure we stamp that the right way up. So just centering that on my cup, take my white powder and sprinkle that over it. You know, I go in streaks with embossing. Sometimes I'm doing quite a bit and then not so much. It just seems like whatever my mood is there. Some things just lend better to it. Okay, we want to make sure you've got all that powder off before you heat it. So if you need to, you can even grab a little brush and get that powder out of the way. Once you heat set it, that powder is there. I want to burn my fingers, so I am going to use a little tweezer with my heat tool. Pulling back in. So I had the cups, and then I also did the candy canes ahead of time. I just cut those out. I cut out a white solid candy cane, and then the little cherry cobbler stripes. I'm going to use a little bit of dotted adhesive to glue that down. And I can go and remove any dots that are overhanging with an eraser afterwards. But let's just place that over so I have my striped candy cane. Now cherry cobbler and red, cherry cobbler and white work really well for my theme here. But now they make candy canes in all kinds of colors if you haven't noticed that. So you could make it any color you would like. Let's put a little bit of, I'm going to do a mini glue dot on the back here. And then I can just position my candy cane so it's coming out of my cup. There we go. And then I did a little Mossy Meadow sprig here. And so I'm going to just put down a mini glue dot on there. And I find if I position it first on my cup, it's a little bit easier than if I try to do that afterwards. And we have one little, these are all dies that are included in that cup of Christmas set. Now for this little tiny bow, I'm going to take a mini glue dot and I'm going to make it really small. We're going to just kind of curl it up on itself, just like that. So I almost have like a little glue ball, and stick that on the back in the center and place that there. There we go. Okay, so now I can glue down my cups, and you'll see that this is pretty much it. So you can get your gift, your cup, your little packet of whatever you want to put in there. Let's put that one down. Okay, so I am just taking my packet of hot chocolate and I'm going to stick that on the side, and I'm placing that in there just so I can get an idea of where I want to punch that hole for my ribbon. So we'll put the hole right there. I have a length of this diagonal striped ribbon. This is so cute. I just love this ribbon. And I will just tie a bow. And this kind of keeps it shut and it adds an embellishment. So then I can leave the ends as long as I want or as short as I want them to be. Let's just trim this up. And we'll finish that up. This would be so much fun to give to somebody that you don't really give a big Christmas to, but just that you want to remember at this time or at this holiday time. So slip that candy cane in there. And now you have a fun little gift to give off to make somebody's day. So be sure to leave any questions you might have down below. If you have any questions about what I've done, any comments about what you would do this for, and just, thinking beyond Christmas, you could do something for a get well, or Valentine's is coming up too. You can find all the supplies and sizes of everything I used on my blog, mystamplady.com.